Greetings, Oslo. Today we're going to be talking about Halloween. We're going to use last week's videos filmed by Marton himself and videos filmed by myself from the bands of the weekend. The only reason why I'm using footage is because I want to clarify the context of Halloween, okay? I found an article in NRK. For all of those who don't understand or know who NRK are, it is Norway's biggest national news network, okay? Media network. They control the stuff. And this is the discussion that I wanted to have with Marton, and I hope that he thinks about my proposition and my discussion today, and that he values it and takes it for what it's worth. But I feel as though they're always talking about colour. Now, with the metal genre, we don't really talk about colour because it's not necessary. Many musicians come from different backgrounds, different everything. But for some apparent reason, even NRK are running with this narrative, which is from the Young Turks on YouTube. If you haven't been to the Young Turks on YouTube, I'll give you the links below.
Fierce debate over Halloween costumes and what is deemed an offensive Halloween costume. And every year people decide to dress as, geishas or some guy in a sombrero, or, they push these cultural stereotypes with a lot of the costumes. So, there are certain organizations that are trying to raise awareness about these stereotypes and how
There are certain organizations that are paid in the ass. Okay, now look, a lot of those organizations I'm sure I agree with on most issues, right? Dude, there's an exception for Halloween. Okay, now, is there a rule where you can go still out of bounds? Yeah, don't do blackface, it's stupid. Like, it's not funny, it doesn't mean, just don't do it, it's just gonna get you in trouble, right? Almost everything else, have at it, Hoss.
Okay.
A sombrero. Well, yeah, of course, if you're doing a Mexican, who gives a shit? Yeah, they sombrero, so what? A Turkish guy in a fez. Yeah, of course, who cares?
All right, so here are some of the stereotypes. One of the organizations that's raising awareness about this is Students Teaching About Racism in Society. So...
Oh, well, you can't do Arabs? Well, what's the point of Halloween if you can't be an Arab? What is that? Is that a dude in blackface?
I don't know, but...
I don't get it.
But that one is particularly offensive.
Oh, I see. It's these people who are doing these outfits.
Yeah,
okay.
The offensive outfit,
Yeah,
right?
How dumb am I? Okay, so what is that? Trash? What is that? I don't get it. Like white trash?
I think it's supposed to represent a Latina.
Oh, dude, whatever. Okay. What is that supposed to be, a hillbilly? Oh, who cares? Come on. First of all, hillbillies you can make fun of any day of the year. You can't make fun of dorks? Well, how is American culture going to survive? Okay.
So,
wait a minute.
I know.
Drums.
Okay.
That's a geisha.
That is a geisha. So I have 3 costumes that I like to recycle. I'm not into Halloween because it's a pain in the ass and there's a lot of pressure with the costume and being...
Then you can judge it for yourselves. And please don't go on there just to have a nasty rant at them, okay? Or say what you think to them and hurl abuse. Don't do that. It's not necessary. All I'm trying to highlight is that they had a discussion on cultural appropriation. And this seems to be an ongoing topic, and increasingly they seem to be picking on, first of all, it was women's clothes and women's hair and whether or not they were allowed to have dreadlocks. Then now it's about earrings and whether or not they're allowed to have hooped earrings. To be fair, I really couldn't give a toss. Now it's Halloween, okay? Right, so that was a couple of weeks ago. It was Halloween. And they were talking about cultural appropriation in Halloween. Now, that's kind of differing from what Halloween actually means to everyone else. I mean, it could mean different things for you, but in the metal world, it's Halloween every bloody day. So I feel as though you're kind of picking on us, really. I'm only going to put it the way it needs to be put. And I feel a little bit sensitive because of the devaluing of Halloween. You either make the effort or you don't make the effort. That's up to you. But, you know, it was nice because most people could cross over to the dark side and listen to that type of music and have a little bit of fun, you know? But all that is gone because you're making judgments. And even for the people and the colour of their skin, as soon as you start that wave and you start picking on people's colours of their skin, guess what happens? You become racist and you start stereotyping people. As soon as you stereotype people, nobody will listen to this music genre, and this is the discussion that I need to have with Martin, and I would love to hear what he has to say about it, because I want to show my face one day. I've seen a lot of bands, and I'm not afraid to show my face. Most of the time, I'm always at the front because I've got to do filming or whatever. I don't have a problem with that. But this is getting beyond a joke, yeah, where you have articles like this and they're telling you not to do certain things. When you don't do those certain things, when someone tells you not to do those things, it makes you want to do it. Do you know what I mean? And when I get to 52, because the woman of the article said she was 52, I don't think I'll run out of ideas, to be honest with you. I would look like a witch and then open up my own horror house. Yeah? All are welcome in my horror house. An old lady in a horror house. I'm going to have sweets. Once you've been through the whole of my horror house, I'm going to have holograms going through to make it really scary. I'm going to have the bumpy floorboards. I'm going to have the whole lot. Cobwebs hanging, places where people have to like crawl through and then they feel something on the back of them. Oh yeah, it's going to be scary. Yeah. That's only because, you know, I watch films and I'm influenced by those films. Whoever's influenced by the stuff that they're influenced by, they're going to behave in this manner. Do you understand? And we know this. We're not stupid. But they're trying to make us out to be stupid. If you are influenced by a certain thing, you are going to be influenced by, like, say, for instance, Rob Zombie's films. You're going to dress up like that. Or you're influenced by it and you decide to dress up as it. Which I've heard apparently is a good film. It's good for Halloween. It. And dressing up as a clown. Oh my goodness, Slipknot. It's all, this whole thing is our thing, you know. Rock, metal, punk. The whole thing. You might as well just give up. Yeah? Give up trying to give it a cultural appropriation thing. Halloween. And a cultural appropriation. Are you crazy? Anyway. Held goal. That's all I want to say. Getting to the point. I noticed in the crowd there were a load of people who were not wearing suitable footwear. And that's the only thing that gets on my nerves. Because I broke a toe in a mosh pit. I know some people who've broke fingers in mosh pits. I know people who've had their glasses all completely mashed in the heat of the moment in a mosh pit. It's great fun. But please, ladies, wear some decent toe wear, man. Wear some Dr. Martens or something. It's really, really important that you have decent shoes on so that you don't injure yourself. Dr. Martens have those steel toe caps so that you don't damage your toes. I suggest them. Or anything that protects your toes. People do these things. I wear new rock boots for a reason. That's the only thing that I would suggest women start doing. It's nothing to do with feminism. It's all about common sense. It's embarrassing having to tell you these things. I mean, honestly, that's the only thing that gets on my nerves. Is the fact that people are so picky about colour of the skin that they're not even worried about people's health and safety, for God's sake, you know? If you want to do whatever you want to do it to the full. Live life to the full. Do it till you bleed. But make sure that you do it for a very long time because it's damn good. Okay, the reason why we don't pick on a specific audience is because look at the amount of fans for Iron Maiden there are in India. This is one of the conversations that I want to have with Martin. Is that particularly there are lots of fans around the world, but India has the most metal fans known to man. And a lot of them do come over to Oslo, and they're probably wondering, you know, that it's so fantastic because they get their home food right next door to Rock Inn.
It's going to be chaos. I don't think you'll hear a louder crowd anywhere in the world because, I mean, we haven't experienced shows like this. So, you know, it's like 20 years of just pent up feelings and stuff is all going to come out. And the minute Bruce hits the stage, we're all going to go like berserk. I think I'm going to like gush fountains.
See, I'm trying to get all of them to come over and see Inferno Festival, really, because I know that there are a huge amount. There are millions, and I'm showing you pictures now as I'm going through this, only because I want you to really try and challenge your mind. Stop focusing on colour. This colour thing, this colour thing doesn't happen in metalcore. It doesn't happen in black metal, because you know if you're starting to pick on people's faces, they cover them up majority of the time. You can't tell. Understand? This is not something that we want to not discuss, and how the media is going. There is a dark element to it, not black metal, not just black metal, but just think that there's a dark element to it, and making divides. Americans might be used to that kind of stuff, but you know, as a non-European to be, I can honestly say that I really don't want this to be stopping people from creating good music. It doesn't matter. We just want to hear you. We just want to see you. We don't care. I can't wait to have this discussion with Martin because I feel it is necessary and it is needed. It's been a couple of years now since people have embarked on this conversation. I think that basically it will be very intrinsic for me and intrinsic for you, the listener, to participate in a live chat with us when we're talking about this. You can do your own little thingies for and call us Nazis and whatnot, but to be honest with you, I don't really care. The N-word is used a little bit too much, and the other N-word is used a little bit too much. Those two N-words, they're used too much, and I don't care.
Master Ken here with another secret street fighting tip. Recently I was perusing news on the internet and I saw that Nazis have once again become a danger to Americans in this country. This means two things. One, Hitler has succeeded in sending Nazis, time-traveling Nazis, through time, because they're time-traveling, so they travel through time, from the height of his regime back in 1972 to 2017 present day, most likely with the mission of assassinating the great-grandchildren of Indiana Jones.
Now you're beginning to understand that cultural appropriation doesn't actually belong in music. All the political stuff, okay, you can have bands that will sing about political angst, la 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 la, but in terms of your actual views on cultural appropriation, it doesn't belong. And there are bands that need to be seen at festivals, for example, Midgard's Blot, because you could have a band from, say, Brazil, who play the most fantastic medieval music, and you need them. And you can't do cultural appropriation with a band from Brazil. Come on. That's inappropriate. Let's just put it this way. You're never going to be able to hold regulations like you want to in the music industry. And I don't think that you should be able to hold barriers in the music industry like it has been said. We're going to discuss it on live chat with Martin. See what he has to say. I'd love to hear his views. I'd love to hear your views. We're doing it this Sunday because we couldn't do it last Sunday because I was at Thy Art Is Murder. I've shown you all the videos. Fantastic. I mean, honestly, you guys love live music. Show us your videos. Subscribe. Be a part of the action. Give me a video. Send me a tweet. Send me anything you want. Get me to do a review. I don't mind. In fact, you know, when I finally show my face, I don't want it to be anything to do with political stuff. The only reason why I'm bringing up the debate is because the media seem to sway into this cultural appropriation mode. And they don't want to cross vines, and that is not good. That's not good for you, the listener, or the viewers, or anything else if you want to participate with a band. It's not good. And we need to be able to understand that music is diverse. That is the whole thing. I can't wait to do this live chat. It's going to be fun. Subscribe. Also, I love going to Rockin because of the curries. I told you about that. Can you imagine if we didn't have all that? How bland life would be? Just think about it. Coming out, enjoying yourself. It's amazing. It's the best times of your life. Being alive, being able to feel the music. Come on. Come and join us. Buy your tickets. Go on. Subscribe to Inferno Festivals. Subscribe to Midgard's Blot. Find out all about them. In fact, we're going to be talking about it in live chat. It's not a problem. I don't have a problem with anything. I'm no bounds. I'm limitless on this stuff. In fact, here's the cue for me to go. Order.